Hi, I'm Pete Julian, Executive Chef with Village Markets, and today we are going to prepare one of the most difficult cuts of meat, the whole beef tenderloin. Okay, we're going to prepare the tenderloin today. We're going to start with some fresh rosemary. We're going to coarsely chop that. We're going to start with some cloves of fresh garlic. We're going to coarsely chop that as well. Our other ingredients are Montreal steak seasoning, teriyaki sauce, and red wine. Very important when you prepare beef tenderloin. Most people have a tendency to overcook the tenderloin. It's a very expensive lean cut of meat, so it has a tendency to be drier. So it's best to prepare this cut of meat medium rare. Right here's the whole beef tenderloin. We're going to marinate this with a half a cup of dry red wine, quarter cup of teriyaki, freshly chopped rosemary, about a quarter cup of coarse chopped garlic. And then we're going to lightly sprinkle the Montreal steak seasoning on here. And what you would do is work the garlic, herbs, and the Montreal spices into the tenderloin. And it's best if you have the time to let this marinate for about 30 minutes prior to cooking. And let it get up to room temperature. This will help the cooking process, and the color will permeate through a nice vibrant red. After the tenderloin has been marinated for approximately 30 minutes, I'm going to start out with a preheated grill. Place the tenderloin on. What we're going to do is we're going to sear this tenderloin on all sides. We're going to start with the top, and then continually roll it towards us. Get a nice sear all the way around the beef. As you cook the tenderloin on each side, you want to get the good sear on it. And then you want to start thinking about your side dishes that you're going to serve your tenderloin with. Some of my favorites are white cheddar mashed potatoes, char grilled broccolini, a béarnaise or a hollandaise sauce would be nice with this as well. As you can see, we're obtaining beautiful grill marks on the tenderloin. The spices are adhering very nicely. And it's also getting seared all the way around. What I like to do is I take the tenderloin, I turn it the other way on the grill to continually sear it. And what you will see is we're going to obtain beautiful diamond grill marks on the entire tenderloin. You have to remember this is a very expensive cut of meat, and if you're having your guests over, you want to make sure it looks absolutely beautiful and tastes delicious. At this point, what you're looking for is just to obtain nice char marks, which are going to add additional flavor to the beef, and get a nice sear all the way around, because the best way to prepare this is to actually finish it in the oven and slow roast it towards the end. You know, depending, everybody's grill is a little bit different. This is obviously a commercial grade 60,000 BTU grill. But you're probably going to sear this for about 5 minutes, constantly rotating it as the lines are updated. After that, we're going to place it back into the marinade and finish roasting this in the oven. Then what we're going to do is we're going to spoon some of the marinade left in the pan on the beef, actually baste it. Put some of the garlic up on there. And we're going to continue to cook this in the oven approximately 15 to 20 minutes. When you're cooking your tenderloin, it's best to use a stem thermometer to check the internal temperature. That way you're absolutely certain the product has reached the medium rare temperature. So we'll put this in the oven now for 15 minutes, and then we'll continue to check it throughout the cooking process. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. We're going to take our tenderloin out. As you can see, it's beautifully seared. Wonderful color. Very important to take the internal temperature of this tenderloin. What we're looking for is approximately 120 degrees. We've obviously reached that temperature. And it's very, very important to let this tenderloin rest. Any roast you take out of the oven that you're going to cook to a lower temperature, you're going to want to let that rest so you let the juices just retain into the meat. Once you cut into it, the juices will start leaking out, especially after you remove from the oven. So very important to let it rest 10 to 20 minutes on the counter. Then we're going to platter and slice. This is delicious, hot for dinner. It's equally as good cold, served on a slider roll with horseradish sauces, the grainy Dijon mustards, and other condiments. You see how nice and tender this cut is. This is absolutely cooked perfectly. You can see that you have the dark sear on the outside, the inside's nice and pink, and as you cut it, you can see the juices begin to flow out of the tenderloin. So for a very lean cut, this is actually nice and juicy, not overcooked. That's exactly what you're looking for. White cheddar mashed potatoes. It's a Yukon Gold potato smashed with real cream, butter, and aged black diamond white cheddar cheese. Another great side dish would be a marinated grilled vegetable salad. As you can see, that's what we have here. It would be perfect to go with our tenderloin. Have a little taste. Medium rare tenderloin. Expected, it's cooked perfectly. Absolutely delicious.